Hello, my friends. Tonight I talk to about two paulets disappearance. What happened with this children girl? And on the night Sunday 21st March 2010 year, Paulette Guevara arrived from Valle de Bravo to her home, located in Whiskey Lucan, accompanied by her father and her sister. Her father's name Mauricio Guevara. The mother, her name is Lisette Farah. She awaited their arrival to put them in a bed. On the morning of 22, another day, one of Paulette's nannies, Erica, entered to the room to wake to Paulette, but could not find her. Then she notified to Lisette of the disappearance of her daughter. Mauricio Guevara informed his sister of the disappearance of his daughter, who informed the Whiskey Lucan authorities. Later, the Mayor Alfredo del Mazo Maza notified the Attorney General of State of Mexico, Alberto Basbas. After the initial search of apartment building, Paulette's family claimed they could not find her. There were no signs of theft or kidnapping. The locks were intact, as were the windows and doors. The housing complex had surveillance, but no evidence of Paulette living or being taken was found. Could not go alone due to a motor and language disability. Search on false statements in this case. These cases are filled of corruption. Yes. Look, in the afternoon, the Attorney General of State de Mexico released posters with a photo of Paulette and information about her age, appearance, and physical disabilities. Guevara's aunt, Arlette Farah, sent emails and uploaded a photo to social networks, where the news quickly spread, prompting a large response. In the evening, Lisette Farah released a message on television to the alleged abductor, asking that her daughter be returned to her, saying that she could be left on shopping center or crowd place, and there would be no consequence. After the announcement, she distributed flyers with Paulette's face, put up billboards, and placed advertisements on television and public transport. Each one of them at a certain moment have falsified their statements, which has made it difficult to know the truth of the facts and clarify a firm line of investigation, said then Attorney Alberto Basbas. On March 30, Paulette's parents spent several hours at Mexican police station before being transferred to a hotel to fulfill their restriction order. The same day, police spread blankets at the home for a reconstruction of events. Mauricio appeared in the media, asking that his daughter be returned to him. He recalled that he had gone out to work in the morning of Monday, the 22 of March, when Paulet had apparently disappeared. On March 29, the Attorney General of State of Mexico announced that Mauricio Guevara and Lisette Farah, Paulet's parents, as well as the sisters, Erika and Marta Casimiro, Paulet's nannies, would be placed under restriction order due to falsehoods and inconsistency in their statements. Then, discovery of the body and autopsy. 31st March at around 2 o'clock in the morning, Paulet's dead body was found in her bedroom. In the video prepared by the investigation and leaked to the public, one voice is heard saying she was severely beaten. While examining the stained sheets, however, this statement was almost immediately refuted by General Attorney Alberto Bago. Paulet had died accidentally due to mechanical asphyxia due to obstruction of the nasal cavities, a thorax abdominal compression, he said. An autopsy revealed that Paulet slept with an orthopedic cloth over her mouth, which was placed every night to prevent her from sleeping with her mouth open. That her body was not manipulated after her death, and that she had eaten food at least 5 hours before her death. The body had 2 segments of rectangular adhesive cloth in vertical position on both cheeks. In addition to sinks of velvet to the left elbow and knee. The official findings, however, indicate no signs of physical or sexual violence. The autopsy also established that her death occurred between 5 and 9 days before the analysis was made, establishing that she could have died from the first day. This reported on 31st March, although they failed to reveal the exact date hour of her death. This is false. Yes, because anybody to death sniff back to 3 days. 3 days. In 9 days, the sniff are hard. No possibility that the person stands in the bed, no sniffing. The official report also included mention that no traces of drugs or toxic substance in the body that could have affected the girl's consequences. The conclusion was the Paulet, by her own means, moved on the bed and accidentally fell headlong into space at foot of her bed, where she died asphyxiation remained there unnoticed for 9 days. This is too impossibility. Uh, Aftermath. On 3 April, Paulet's mother, Lisette Farah, initiated an amparo proceeding against the restriction order claiming that she had not been involved in the events that caused her daughter's death. Specialists indicate that the woman suffered from personality disorders. During the procedure, Mrs. Farah became subject to indictment on 4th April, a huge guaranteed freedom to police appearance and nannies. Mauricio Guevara left the hotel where he was staying at 10:20. He said Farah might suspect at 11 and the nannies Erika and Marta Casimiro at noon. None could leave the country because the inquiries continued on 5 April. In separate interviews, Mauricio Guevara and Lisette Farah accused each other. Lisette claimed that her husband blamed her for Paulet's death. Mauricio that the death could not have been just an accident, and they could not completely trust his wife. On April 6, Paulet's body was buried at the Pantheon Frances de San Joaquin in Mexico City. The funeral procession was headed by her mother without any member of the Guevara family and assistance due to an agreement. On 7 April, the Guevara family denied Lisette Farah's request to see her older daughter. Lisette, 7 years old, who had stayed with her father's family since Sunday, 4 April. On 10 May, the Attorney General of the Federal District, who also collaborated in the case, the request of her counterpart in the state of Mexico, granted the custody of Paulet's sister to her mother, Lisette Farah, who brought complaint against her husband, demanding custody of the girl. On 26 May, although he resigned his position as head of the Attorney General of State of Mexico, saying that an Attorney General needs confidence to act effectively, and that he had lost this confidence to the question of his actions in the investigations of death Paulet Guevara Farah. I don't know, what do you think? But this case is very bad. It's filled with corruption, filled to lights. In the future, I think so, to clarify this case. Bye. That's all.